Hello and welcome to Going Green, a showcase of the latest green technology, as well as some consumer tips to help you achieve a greener lifestyle, like this recipe for making your own biofuel. Well, we don't actually tell you how to make it. We'll leave that to the experts. But reporter Catherine Drew might be able to after visiting a biodiesel training class in Oxford, England.
Biodiesel is made by chemically altering used cooking oil collected from fish and chip shops, pubs and restaurants. The process is called transesterification. Course organiser John Halley from the company Golden Fuels says the process is straightforward.
The risks are you use some dangerous chemicals and you also use electricity. It's not rocket science, it's like cookery but on a big scale.
The processing equipment can cost between $2,000 to $4,000, but home-produced diesel made from recycled cooking oil can cost as little as 30 cents a litre, a fraction of the cost of oil at the pump.
I want to save money, and I genuinely am concerned about the impact that we're doing to the environment.
As the reaction starts to happen.
The downside is, as homebrewed biodiesel becomes more popular, there will be less used cooking oil to go around, and that could drive up the price of this newest kind of fuel. Catherine Drew in Buckinghamshire, England, for VOA News.
Alternative fuels have another downside. They may be affecting the cost of food. In Africa, the problem is especially acute. The Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa hopes to change that, however, by helping improve the productivity of literally millions of small-scale farmers. AGRA President Dr. Namanga Gangi was recently here in Washington to address the growing food crisis at the American Enterprise Institute. Gangi says much of the problem can be blamed on insufficient government policy.
You have to have systems of holding food in storage, because there will always be the barrier. So if we know that, we have to have structures, government, non-government, maybe public-private partnerships to have grain storage or processing of the bulky root and tuber crops into forms which can be stored, so that you can have really food security reserves which can serve for the future.
Dr. Namanga Gangi also stresses the importance of creating programs that would better educate farmers about eco-friendly agricultural methods.
To trigger a green revolution in Africa, to trigger it by bringing about this technological and capacity, institutional capacity to bear on the small-scale farmer. But just changing production is not enough to change the lives of people, because you can produce more but probably end less. Okay, so we are therefore not only pushing for productivity that is compatible with the African crops and the African environment, but also market linkages, which will permit the African farmer to have a better income level and be able to live a much more decent life.
It's an ambitious agenda, as the Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa admits on its website. But the organization has some pretty significant backers: the Rockefeller Foundation and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan is head of its board of directors. Now flying over to California, where this woman is trading in her plain old home for a plane home, an airplane home. Francie Raywald can hardly contain herself as her new home in Malibu goes under construction with the recycled parts of an old Boeing 747.
Yes, I love to recycle, and I love greenhouses and contemporary architecture.
My mom's definitely a hippie at heart, so it's very appropriate to be living in the mountains in Malibu in a self-sustainable house.
Getting the house built, however, requires something more than sustainable energy, since the secondhand parts had to be transported via helicopter.
We're going to tip the nose of the aircraft up as a meditation pavilion.
A meditation pavilion may be exactly what she'll need once the project is complete. It's an expensive undertaking, even for a Mercedes-Benz heiress. The plane house won't be completed until sometime next year. Not everyone has the money to recycle a plane into a house, but it doesn't cost much to e-cycle your old mobile phones. Some manufacturers and retail outlets will even recycle them for you. So when you buy a new one, turn the old one in. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. I'm VOA's Rebecca Ward for voanews.com.